In today's episode, we interview the mother-daughter duo who are responsible for bringing baby bags into Australia.
Hi, I'm Isabella from OiOi, and this is my mum. And she started OiOi when I was a baby, and we're really well known for our nappy bags.
Starting in 1997, the brand OiOi rocketed to success using old-school distribution channels like retail and wholesale. Then, things got difficult when founder Lisa slowly stepped away from the brand and was left struggling to innovate for the 21st century. To resurrect the business, Isabella, Lisa's daughter, stepped into the family business, taking things online.
To be honest, the business was in quite a bad position. You had a team and everyone had to be let go.
We cover everything you need to know about the baby e-commerce space and the problems young female entrepreneurs face in business.
We're here in our warehouse in Melbourne.
This is the Daily Mentor Memoirs.
Oh, hello.
Got a dog.
How's it going? That's okay. Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. This is awesome. Product so beautiful.
Yeah, have a little squeeze.
That is incredible quality. Do you design it all yourself?
Yes, so Mum and I both do it together. Like that carry-all one, we've had that in the range for like 15 years.
That would still sell, surely.
Yeah, it still sells really well.
Yeah.
And then this backpack's the first one that Mum and I did together, and it's been a huge bestseller. We've got it in like 15 colour options now.
When did you create that?
That was 2019. This one is the first one I've done on my own, which is the multitasker, which has been...
Which one's that? So what's the target audience for that? So is it
Baby
still
and
just
toddler.
mums? Baby and toddlers.
Yeah, and dad's a bit more too.
Okay.
A bit more
Yeah,
unisex.
Yeah, definitely. I can't imagine me walking my kids to the beach.
Really? So Mum, when she had me as a baby, she was designing bags and a buyer, grew up in the rag trade. And then when she had me a little bit later in life, so she really wanted to be there for me. And she did it. After school, I'd walk to the office and just spin around on the chair and make PowerPoint presentations. I loved making PowerPoint presentations for fun. Yeah, when I was about 16, I probably started having more of an interest. Wanted to take over the Instagram, because that's when Instagram started. And when I'd get home from school, I'd go into Google and I'd just search recent celebrities that had babies and try and spot if they had our bag. And Penelope Cruz I saw had it and stuff like that, and all the things. I think we're most well known definitely for our quality and just the practicality of design. That's just what we know.
So this is the warehouse.
It is the warehouse.
Okay. Why do you look worried about it?
It's tiny, I'm not sure.
It's not tiny, it's enormous.
I know, we've had a lot of... Tidy.
Oh, tidy. I was going to say. What would your advice be for a young girl that's wanting to get into something like bags or clothing?
Look, I think this whole new generation is doing it completely differently to what we did it. So for a young girl, you can do it yourself, but having not gone down that path and gone down the more traditional path. But as we've learned, looking at the marketplace, business women have actually just gone off to trade shows in the East or whatever, and they've found ideas and manufacturers, and they've had an idea in their head, and they've worked. And that's probably can sometimes be a relatively slow process depending on who you partner with.
So go to a trade show, if you've got an idea,
find a manufacturer,
go to a trade show, talk to the manufacturer, and then they can create the idea from there.
Quite a number.
Yeah.
I have found over the years it can take me 12 months to find the right person. I might even take 2 years to fiddle around with them. What I'll do is I'll see something, I'll give someone an idea, and if it comes back to me, and I've given them very specific instructions as to what to do, and they don't nail it, I just shove it to the side.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
I know, we've got some boxes.
And I go, that's it. No, in the market at the time, there was nothing.
Yeah.
In the baby bag space.
That's great.
It was brand new.
Would you say OiOi pretty much created the space?
I could probably say that.
You could, but it wouldn't be humble, I guess.
Because no one wanted to put it in their stores. But now we managed to get into more the fashion maternity stores. That was the first store. And then it developed from there, and then we got into David Jones. And then it just went bang.
This is why everything's possible.
Is this new?
Backpack. No, this is 4 years old now. This is in 15 colours.
15 colours?
Yeah, that's how popular this shape is.
How do you come up with such good products?
Well, I think Mum and I just work really well as a team.
Yeah.
She just knows fabrication so well. I'll never forget when I was 15 and I was at a trade show with her in Cologne, Germany. There's this huge trade show. And this factory came up and they're like, oh, we'd love to work with you. And she's like, let me see your fabrics. And they gave her this folder and she was just looking through and she's like, no.
Wow.
Like she's just so, that's okay. She just is really, really fast.
Yeah.
So I think just her incredible knowledge and all those years of experience. The very first nappy bag was a quilt. So we love our quilts. People still like having a shoulder bag, even though backpacks are all the rage. We like to make sure to have options.
Yes, I love my shoulder bag.
And then we've got all the little accessories as well. When Mum started OiOi, getting international distributors was like the first thing she got onto because it's so important. People look and they know what's working in other countries, and if you don't get into that other country fast enough, it can be a problem.
What was a situation where you kind of all thought it was going to come down?
It was probably my second year in when we had the quilted backpack, and it had a lot of zips on it.
Yeah.
Zips are very important, and they were all splitting.
Yeah.
And it was October.
Okay,
I
just
had
before
about
Christmas.
500 of them. I had to get the manufacturer to remake all of them. They all went into a tip. Standing in the pouring rain with a customs officer and just saw it going into a landfill. It was just awful.
How did you bounce back from that?
Well, it just did, didn't I do?
Yeah.
No, well, fortunately, good relationship with the manufacturer.
Yeah.
They turned it around pretty quickly.
What was the lesson you learned from that?
The lesson I learnt is, well, you've got to make good out of a bad situation. You just have to, don't labour it, just react, just turn it around. And also check your quality.
Yeah, I was like, that was very philosophical. I was hoping you were going to say, get a QC.
QC.
Get a QC manager. We're very environmental now. We would never send 500 bags into landfill, thank you.
Okay, yes, no, well, look, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. The thing is, that's why we then, I became very particular about the hardware.
Making PowerPoint presentations, the Instagram, and then how else did you get involved in the business?
So the marketing stuff came a lot more naturally to me, and Mum was looking at selling the business potentially or things like that. It was kind of all moving around a lot when I finished school, so I was studying at uni. During uni I worked at a marketplace company for about 4 years.
Yeah.
So I learnt a lot about the landscape and just the whole kind of holistic, all the channels, how they work together and all the rest of it. So when I first came on board, I was doing freelance. Because the COVID thing happened, it was a difficult time in the business because she'd followed a lot of advice of the wrong people and stuff like that. The product range just wasn't really hitting the mark. We just had a lot of eggs in one basket, so we were just in a position that was very not great.
What was the main thing that you've changed, like the past 6 months or past 12 months? Like what's really kind of unlocked?
Has probably been really sinking my teeth into TikTok because I'm mindful of our customer. You know, they're mums or parent age, dads as well, and they're, in terms of the Instagram audience, Facebook groups in the last few years have been really big for us, like just seeing people's recommendations in Facebook groups, that still is a big thing, but I'm just focusing on that next generation that's coming up that is more active on TikTok.
So what's it like working with your daughter? What's it like working with your mother?
Hot and cold.
Hot and cold, what does that mean?
I'm old school. She went to university and did a degree in marketing and anthropology, and she's witnessed the business from day one, whereas I've gone down the more traditional path, hands-on in terms of my experience.
What's next for OiOi? You're obviously getting some amazing results now, which is exciting.
Yes, I know we did our first Black Friday.
Yes.
Because we signed up to Daily Mentor.
Yeah.
Black Friday, Monday here. 25 years, I don't think I've seen so many cages prepped.
Because we've traditionally gone, we never go on sale.
Yeah.
But then one of the coaches said, your brand equity value doesn't really matter during Black Friday because everyone expects everyone to go on sale.
Going on sale would affect the brand equity. It would be maybe 2-3%. But if you think about product getting in someone's hand, it's double brand equity. It's just you suddenly create the possibility to have a brand connection.
We know our product works, so if we're able to get in the hands of more people, then that means that's more recommendations.
Who would you recommend Daily Mentor for? Like what type of person, what type of business, what kind of situation would they be in?
So I was looking at a few programs, right? And the reason why Daily Mentor stood out to me is that it wasn't purely focused on like Facebook ads, really. A lot of other programs I was looking at were kind of not quite at the level of deeper knowledge that I needed.
So
like I knew the
experience.
basics, the coach's experience. So that's what attracted me to it. Since joining, what I discovered as an added benefit to like knowing that every single coach, you are literally getting the best practices in the industry. You are getting the most timely practices in the industry, like before everybody else catches on. When you're growing a business, you kind of have a little bit more freedom of time sometimes, I think, to like throw yourself into learning about Facebook ads or throw yourself into learning something new. But when you're at a certain level of growth, you don't have that luxury of time anymore. So knowing that you can check in with a coach, you've got the opportunity to reach out to them one-on-one rather than a group setting where it might be something that's sensitive is so invaluable, because I go to them, go, hey, this is what I'm thinking of doing for Black Friday. What do you think about it? And they'll go, have you considered this and this? And I was like, da-da-da-da. And they went, great, you've sorted it. You don't need to think about it anymore. One of the coaches said to me, I was like, oh,
That's amazing.
you're right. I don't need to think about this anymore because
Peace of
we've
mind.
decided,
Peace of mind.
Labour it.
we've
Labour it.
decided this person who's an expert
Yes.
said it's fantastic. We've made some tweaks. I can forget about it and move on to the next thing. I was getting scared because I was seeing people bringing out products like ours. I was feeling really threatened. And that's when I started to second guess myself.
Yeah.
But then Daily Mentors kind of just slapped that out of me.
That second guessing itself, I don't think changes. Like
Never
throughout
goes
the
away.
process, like I still do it all the time, but that's where, you know, mentors come in, or just experienced people like friends in the industry, because it's often easier from the outside looking in because there's no emotion, zero emotion, and you can just be like, this is my experience and so forth.
I feel really proud that we're creating a product that people actually love.